Good morning, this is Rob at Next Truck Sales, and I want to introduce you to our 1996 Freightliner FLD120. This is we'll call it a mid-roof. I think some people refer to it as a flat top. You can almost stand up inside. If you notice the little area up at the top of the roof, it's a little higher than completely flat. It's got about an extra 1 foot up there. So we'll call it a mid-roof, although it's not an extra tall. I'll take you through the truck. I'll explain a little bit about the process, and then I'll do a video of the engine running, and away we go. So this has a Detroit Series 60. It's a DDEC 3, which is a third generation electronics and engine components, which is rated up to 450 horsepower on this model. It has a 13-speed manual transmission. It's got 24/5 tires, which are in excellent condition. Virgin Firestones on the back, Virgin Firestones on the steers. Obviously everything's in really good tread depth condition. It does have a lot of miles on it. It's hard to tell from the odometer exactly what the miles are, but based on the engine hours, I'm estimating this truck has about 2.5 million miles on it, or around 4.1 million kilometers. You can see here on the hood, there's been some previous repairs where the Bondo has been peeling off. Overall, still very solid. It's not falling apart. It's more of a cosmetic issue. This truck, obviously, you can see it's had several owners. You can see some, excuse me, some of the ghosting on the door. It runs great, and it's a decent truck to go to work for somebody that is looking for an excellent price point truck. It runs great. So I'll take you through here and show you some of, I think probably more importantly, you're going to want to see some of the damage on this thing so you have a reasonable understanding of what you're getting. You can see here the fender's been painted. There's some peeling of the clear coat. So ideally you probably maybe want to do a complete repaint, but totally up to you. There is some corrosion on the windowsill. You can see here, originally built for Emmett Bigger. Now, it's got full chassis skirts. It's got some stainless steel panels, and actually they're in decent shape, which is uncommon to find stuff in that kind of clean shape. A little bit of damage here as well. We've got some Firestone FD 663 Virgin tires, and we got Freightliner 4-bag air suspension, 24.5 tall aluminum wheels. And if you look at this frame, from what I can see, it looks like it's been painted once before, because I see the pitting from where the previous rust would have been blasted off and painted. Got dual stacks up the back. Okay, we got a Fontaine sliding fifth wheel. Dual mufflers. Something you don't see anymore is mufflers. Looks like we've got some kind of a storage box down there that might be for batteries. Overall though, the frame's in really good shape, not a lot of corrosion. Looks like we have a newer sliding fifth wheel cylinder. I'm going to take you under the hood and give you a good look. Give me one moment. Okay, so we'll get that up. You can see the hood straps are all in good overall condition. And this is your Series 60. You'll notice no EGR, no DPF, no DEF, and this one here, believe it or not, is actually dry. Usually these older engines were famous for leaking. Firestone FS 591 steering tires, and they're at least 80% tread. Looks like we've got a newer starter on here. Taking a look at the firewall, you can see overall not a lot of corrosion on this truck, and I'm talking relative to what you'll find normally, that stuff that's in Canada. If you look here, it's all superficial. I'll take you around the other side of this thing. We'll get it running in a minute. I'll give you a good look at the hood. It's straight. It's with a little bit of superficial damage in cosmetic spots. Again, a matching FS 591 Firestone. Looks like we've got a newer lower rad hose, and here's your turbo. Looks newer. Okay, we got a block heater on here, and again, this engine is dry. Okay, so let me take you under the inside the truck, and this is where I think this truck kind of shows its value because the interior is exceptionally clean. The outside of the truck, we've got some corrosion which can be painted. The annual sticker is valid until December 2021. It's good for 1 year from the date, so December 2021, the annual sticker is valid. It's not like this truck's been sitting around in a yard for months or years. If you look at the velour here and the overall condition of the truck, it's really clean. So if you look here, yes, we've got corrosion on here, but look at the panel. Look at the inside of the truck here. You'll see everything's in excellent condition. A little bit of wear on the seat, but we've got the original crushed velour seats. I'm gonna close that up. I'm gonna fire this up. It's got a push button start right here. I need to push down the clutch pedal. Hang on a second. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So, 8 and 13 speed manual transmission. The air is cold on this, believe it or not. So I'm going to turn on the air because it's hot outside here. And we got crank window on this side, and the other side is power. So where's our power? Here we go. There's the power window. Okay, turn off this radio. So we've got cruise, which is working. We've got a traction lock diff. We've got a fifth wheel slide. Suspension dump. We've got our engine brake here. We've got our menu, which comes up, and that's where I picked off the hours. Turn the fan down just a little bit, and I can turn the idle down just a little bit. So we've got on the clock here showing 14161.6. It looks like this speedometer has been replaced at one point in time, and if you look here, you'll see the smaller gauges show miles per hour. The larger one shows kilometers per hour. We've got water temperature, we've got oil pressure, which is excellent. We've got a pyrometer, we've got some other buttons down here. We've got our panel lights, we've got our lights, we've got our wipers are working, washers are working. The truck's in decent shape. We've got tilt and telescope. I don't know if I can do this with my phone in my hand, but there is a telescoping tilt feature here on this button. I'll take you through the inside here. Feels good to have some cold air blowing at me. Give me 1 minute. See if we can get the spec. So it's a 430 horse. It's 16,713, so that's a 1650 torque, 13 speed. 40 rears with a 12,000 pound front and 391 ratio, which is the equivalent of a 373 if you had 22.5 tires. Because remember, the tires are larger. We'll put a new mattress in this, and let me see if I can get some lights on in here first. It's kind of dark and dingy. Dome light. Okay, so we've got some dome lights here. You can see everything's in decent shape. We've got a coat hanger. And man, is it ever smoking hot. Let's see if we can get some fan back here, see if that's working. Yeah, I hear the air blowing over here. We'll check it out. And I got air blowing at me there. So that's good to hear that that's working. We do have no refrigerator. We have a completely empty space here that you could install some sort of a storage cupboard if you wanted to. We've got a panel that looks like it used to be here. This is tied into a blowgun. So we got a blowgun here and some wiring. Probably not the best place to be hanging a blowgun is on the wiring, but it is there. And I feel that we've got cold air coming out of this vent as well. And I'll just show you, we've got cupboard space. So I'm 5'9", and my head as I stand up just kind of bumps into this roof. So it's, if you're really tall, you'll be bending down a little bit, but if you are 5'9" or less, you can certainly walk around in here without issue. I'll give you a good look. So let's go out and have a look at this dash, or sorry, the engine, and see what it's doing. I went through here before I do that. That button is broken, but I'm pretty sure it showed 65,000 hours, and I took a picture of it. Let's go outside and have a look here. Obviously, with a truck of this vintage, there's going to be a lot of parts that have been replaced that can't possibly make it that far without having had work done. We're working on getting a schedule of what's been done, when the engine was last done, etc. We don't have that at this time. Once we do have that info, we'll definitely post it on the website with the ad for the truck. So I'm going to take you over. I'm going to give you a look at the blow-by coming out of the oil filler tube. We'll see how much blow-by is coming out of this truck, and if it's not huffing bad, we know the engine is in excellent working shape and should be able to get lots of extra miles out of this. So let's see what it's doing. It's not puffing very badly. It is visible. That is normal for a Detroit. What I would say, based on the way that it fired up, by the way that it sounds as it's running, the engine's in decent shape, and I can actually see some new parts for the air conditioning as I was looking here. You can see we've got a new receiver dryer, new air conditioning lines, so somebody's done some recent work on this as well. So, assuming you like the truck and you want to make a deal, here's how the process will go. I'm just going to shut off the truck so you can hear me talking. So the process works like this. If you want to make a deal on the truck, send me an email or give me a call. 844-489-8789. You can speak to Tim or email myself, rob@nexttrucksales.com, and we can make a deal on the truck. We will collect a deposit, and once the truck is ready to go, we'll give it a quick check over. We're not going to do a DOT on it because it does have a current DOT. We'll deliver the truck to the border of your choice. You can either go to Buffalo, New York, where you can pick it up immediately, or Flint, Michigan, where the truck will need to sit in a bond for 2 weeks. That's a U.S. Customs rule. If you do Buffalo or Flint, regardless, we will give you all the paperwork required in order to get your U.S. title, and we will also give you a 10-day temporary permit to allow you to drive it home from the border. It's an IRP permit, so you can drive in all the states in the U.S. with that permit for the next 10 days. Again, our number 844-489-8789 or rob@nexttrucksales.com.